Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello and thank you for joining us at newslinkindiana.com. I'm Alyssa Ivinson. While Hoosiers may not be at risk for the avian flu right now, it's still not clear if the virus could hit home in the coming months. Newslink Indiana's Scott Atkins tells us where some people are lining up to ward off 3 viruses expected to hit the U.S. this year.
The line zigged and zagged around the Daleville Town Hall, where as many as 465 people got their annual dose of the flu shot. But the burning question.
And how are supplies this year?
It depends on who you talk to. I know some doctors are having trouble getting it. We don't have our full order.
That's why the health department is in demand. They're getting a lot of overflow from doctors' offices.
Yeah, it's been very frustrating because this is the second year that my doctor hasn't had it. And that's real frustrating.
Some hope the shot will keep them safe from the virus, a health risk they're not willing to take.
I have several chronic issues, medical issues, and if I didn't get it, I probably would get the flu and die.
The Delaware County Health Department has the bare necessities since there is no vaccine for the avian flu yet.
We're just giving the regular flu vaccine. It doesn't have anything to do with the avian flu.
But it's hoped a preventative measure for the bird flu will soon be in place. In Daleville, Scott Adkins, Newslink, Indiana.
The Delaware County Health Department gave shots until 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and they didn't have to turn anyone away. Starting January 10th, Indianapolis-based ATA Airlines will no longer provide service to and from the city. The cuts are all part of efforts by the bankrupt carrier to cut costs. ATA currently offers nonstop service from Indianapolis to Fort Myers, Orlando, and Las Vegas. It also provides direct service to Honolulu, Maui, as well as San Juan, Puerto Rico. All flights from Indianapolis will end as of midnight January 9th, but ATA still plans to maintain its headquarters in Indianapolis. The new Indiana methamphetamine law removes some medicines from local drugstore shelves, but now, as Newslink Indiana's Holly Samuels tells us, police have launched a different approach to protect Hoosiers from meth.
Posters and stickers will go up at businesses around East Central Indiana to help prevent meth labs.
What it is to educate retailers in the area as far as the amounts and different types of items and stuff that people will come in and buy to build a meth lab.
Indiana Meth Watch is a partnership between retailers and law enforcement to help the fight against meth production.
And in hopes that maybe these little things that they see on their windows and stuff will prevent somebody from coming in to purchase items to make methamphetamine.
The kits contain materials for retailers to show customers they are dedicated to protecting the community.
The black things here are what you stick on a countertop on a particular item, so it marks it, knowing that this is an item that is used to make methamphetamine.
And brochures for customers to educate themselves about the drug.
The list of items to look for.
Some retailers think this will work better than simply not being able to sell certain medicines over the counter.
Yeah, we're only allowed to sell so much of the pseudoephedrine, like one at a time. We're not allowed to sell like 4 or 5 like NyQuils to somebody or...
And Trooper Kent Havens believes passing out the kits may help keep the community safer.
1 down and 27 to go.
In Muncie, Holly Samuels, Newslink, Indiana.
Participation by retailers is voluntary, and you can find more information on the Indiana Meth Watch right here on our website, newslinkindiana.com. Despite debris from last January's ice storm, the Muncie Sanitation Department says there is enough room for leaf pickup this fall. The Sanitary Department sends the collected leaves to a compost factory where they are shredded and turned into mulch. That mulch is then used around the city.
Everything we picked up separate, 100% of that will be recycled. So please try to keep pop cans, beer cans, whatever, out of the bags of leaves.
Leaves must be bagged and placed near garbage cans. Pickup is scheduled to resume next Tuesday. And now Aaron Walker joins us with a look at our forecast. And we're going to have good weather for raking all of those leaves the next couple of days.
Well, through the next few days, we really should. But if you look at some of the areas today, Williamsburg saw some light rain showers earlier this morning, keeping it pretty difficult to rake some of those leaves. But through the day, we saw some clearing, which will make way for a really pretty cool overnight low of 38 degrees, winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. You might see a chance for some light frost throughout the region. We can't count that out, but nothing widespread by any means. 38 in Muncie, 40 in Indianapolis, 40 in Bloomington as well. Much of the same throughout the region. Precision Cast showing high pressure really dominant throughout the region. Not many clouds for the next few days. 10 a.m. on Wednesday, pretty clear outside as this high pressure system, again, to the south, keeping things out of our way. Another one further out west into Nebraska is going to move in and keep some of those showers to our north. So the next few days should be quite nice. 63 in Muncie, 64 in Indianapolis and in Lafayette. It's going to be mostly sunny and very pleasant outside. Winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And your 5-day forecast showing a brief warm-up on Thursday and on Friday. 74 on Thursday, 71 on Friday. But by the weekend, a cold front moves through, and pretty strong cold front. That is Sunday, a high of 65. That's going to be really early in the day. And by Monday, we're looking at temperatures possibly back into the mid-40s. So brief warm-up before it gets real cool again.
So it looks like Thursday and Friday are the good days to rake the leaves before the rain moves in on the weekend.
Yeah, it could be a pretty strong rain, so if you can get anything done outside, Thursday and Friday are the day to do it.
Great. Thank you, Erin. Tuesday kicked off the Kick It Up Reading Challenge in Richmond. As Newslink Indiana's Sarah McKenna explains, this first year has already exceeded expectations.
We could all read more.
And that's the goal of the first Kick It Up Reading Challenge, sponsored by Earlham College and radio station Kicks 106.
If we can have kids reading, but more importantly, if we can have parents reading to kids or being involved in literacy and being involved in motivating their children to read, that's a good thing.
And with registration winding down, the turnout has been higher than expected.
I thought, if we can get 30, 35 people, that's great. I mean, that's a wonderful place to start. But the fact that we have 100 in the first year, I think that is just outstanding.
135 kids to be exact, but just because the program is geared towards the younger set doesn't mean they have to read alone.
I do want to get the parents involved because it relies so much on the parents.
And if just one family sits down to read together, then the program's goal would have been met.
To be a part of motivating parents to read to kids or kids reading is just awesome.
In Richmond, Sarah McKenna, Newslink, Indiana.
Events are planned throughout the rest of the month to help motivate children. Clifford the Big Red Dog will make an appearance on Saturday at the Richmond Square Mall. Anderson wants $400,000 in grant money to repair some of its abandoned industrial buildings. The proposed grant will allow Anderson officials to determine potential brownfield sites, areas that can be redeveloped. The money would be used for environmental assessments to eliminate unsafe sites. The deadline for the proposal is November 12th. And that is Newslink Indiana. Thanks for joining us. And as always, you can find local news about local people 24 hours a day right here at newslinkindiana.com.